on. Oh, it does that stupid thing where you can see your next slide. I don't like it. I just
It's
want
because you've had it open before you shared your screen. If you share your screen and then open it, it happens to me all the time. It's infuriating.
Right, well, it's fine. It's fine. I'll manage. Right, I want to be able to see you all as well. How do I do that? Apologies for this, amateur.
Are we down the side for you?
Is what?
Are we down one side for you?
I can see 6 of you. Oh no, now I can see you all, I think.
That might be a bonus if you can't see some of us.
I can see you. I can see you, Charlotte. Right. Okay. How long do I have got? Because I can talk forever.
15 minutes ish.
Right.
15, 20, allow.
Okay. Yep. Where's the timer? Oh, there's the timer. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about is just a few reasons about, when I say a few, loads of reasons as to why you might consider booking your travel with me as part of Travel Counsellors. And then I'm going to talk a bit about travel now, travel this year, what the facts of the situation are, and what you might want to consider if you're thinking about traveling this year. So first, and I wrote these last night, literally, I just thought I'd write down a list of reasons why you might want to book with me. And I had to stop at 20. There's loads more. So I'm going to whiz through them really quickly so don't eat into my time to talk about what you all want to actually hear about. So first, you will receive my expert advice. And when thinking about these 20 things, just think about, would I get these things if I book it myself, all the different pieces, and do I know what I'm doing? And if I book it on the internet, am I getting these things? Which the answer to the majority of them, I would say, is no. So you'll get my expert advice. I've been a travel counsellor for 4 years. And before that, I travelled a lot. And it's my passion. And my passion is now my job, which is brilliant. You will get independent advice. So I'm not tied to any particular suppliers. I offer nearly all suppliers. So I would offer to my clients the right thing for you, not what the right thing for me is. So it's completely independent, and I've got thousands of suppliers. You will save time. You will have no hassle. You will have no stress. My customers do not need to worry about anything because I am on it all of the time. I have a list of bookings on the wall in front of me. I'm scanning them every single day. Especially ones that are going up to the end of June, just to see if we need to take any action. Have I spoke to my client recently? How are they feeling about their trip? So that they don't have any stress or hassle and they know what's going on, especially with all the news stuff that's in the news, which isn't true. You can speak to me at a time to suit you, as I'm not tied to office hours. So for busy clients, I have a lot of busy clients who only want to speak to me in the evening. That's absolutely fine. Do consultations in the evening. I need to book an appointment for that. Evenings are absolutely fine, and weekends, and even Sundays. Do calls on Sunday afternoon sometimes. Booking with me is enjoyable and it's fun. And at the moment, there are some kind of challenges and sort of serious things to talk about. But in general, booking with me is fun. So and enjoyable. Hopefully, people who have booked with me will have experienced that. You will book with someone who takes the time to get to know you. So I will always have a telephone consultation before doing any work. And in that consultation, I'll be asking loads and loads of questions about you, trips you've been on before, things like that, what your family like, what your children like to do, all of that, so that I can suggest options for you for whatever you want to do and your family want to do. You'll also benefit from the shared knowledge of the travel counsellors communities. There's 1,500 travel counsellors about. We're based all over the world, mostly in the UK, but all over the world. And we all share our knowledge. So between us, we've been everywhere. If you want a restaurant recommendation for a particular resort, I can get that for you. So we kind of share all our knowledge as well. You'll benefit from our buying power. So we have, because there's so many of us, and we're one of the largest independent travel companies in the UK, we have direct contracts with a lot of the best hotels in the world, which means we get the best prices, hotline to the hotel manager, all of that, so that we can make sure that that your holiday is amazing. And I always email the hotels before my clients arrive. Doesn't matter where they're going. If it's a B&B, 5-star hotel, always email the manager before travel so they know that my VIP clients are arriving. You don't have to have an off-the-shelf holiday, so I can absolutely book you a Jet2 holiday if you want. There's only a limited amount of tailor making you can do with those. I can design exactly what you want, the flight times you want, the destination you want, the dates you want, all of that. You'll know that you've got the right holiday for you booked because we've worked together and I've got to know you and all of that. So you'll know you've got the right holiday booked and everything's going to go swimmingly. You will know that all your special requests are taken care of. Mentioned that one already, really, just with contacting hotels, airlines, just to make sure that everything's taken care of. You know, people have special meal requests, that kind of thing, access requirements, wheelchairs, that kind of thing as well. You have an app on your phone, My TC app. All your travel documents are stored in there. So you can look at them at any time. So I've got a few trips coming up this year. I just look on my app and it tells me how many sleeps I've got to go until my trip, which is really nice. And all the documents are on there as well. And you can also make payments. So if you want to chip away at your holiday, chip away at your balance, you can just make payments on that as well. You will enjoy a better travel experience than you can find and do on your own. So I'm talking everything from initial inquiry, consultation, getting the right trip for your budget, doing all the things you want to do, and having no stress and hassle. Because it's all done for you by me. You will get I think 13 and 14 are sort of the same, aren't they? You'll get the best experience possible for your holiday investment. So that one's about budget. So work to all budgets. Whatever you want to spend, I will get you the best holiday for that money. You will also benefit from Travel Counsellors Financial Trust, which is over and above ATOL. ATOL's brilliant. ATOL's the thing you absolutely need to have if you're booking a holiday abroad with flights to cover you for any kind of operator failure. But we also have a financial trust as well. So we do not spend the money you have paid us for your holiday until you have had that holiday. So if anything happens and we need to refund it, you can refund it. Your money is there for us to do that. So it's kept aside until you come back from your holiday. You will have peace of mind that a caring expert is there for you if plans need to change, which is obviously something that's happened quite a lot in the last year. And a lot of customers panic because they don't know how to do an amendment, they don't know how to change a booking. Obviously, I know how to do it, and I can take that stress away from them to do that. You'll know that someone's there for you at the end of the phone and WhatsApp while you're away. So, and before you're away, constantly have WhatsApps. My phone's constantly pinging with clients asking me questions, all times of day and night, especially after some news has come out on the BBC, which is wrong. Message me asking me questions all the time, and I always reply as soon as I can. And the same when you're away, wherever you are in the world, you can WhatsApp me anytime with any questions about anything. You'll be welcomed home with inspiration for your next adventure. So when you come back, I want to know that you've had a great time, and so we'll obviously be speaking to you about how everything that went well, getting all your tips for future customers, and then we'll be able to talk about, hopefully you've had such a great time, you're ready to book again for your next adventure. I also do business travel, and if you're a business traveller, all of those above things still apply. So a lot of business travellers, it's very transactional, but with me you get the personal service as well, all of that, even if you're just doing a business trip. And the last reason you might want to book with me is because you will be supporting a fellow small business owner like yourself, and you will, rather than supporting the internet, basically. So it's just a nice thing to do, is to work with your fellow small business owners. So travel has become much more complex. I had that at the title of my last presentation that I did for you all, but the bit underneath has changed. So things to remember when booking travel for 2021 and beyond. So you've all heard the news, different news every day, something different. The facts are, it is not illegal to book a holiday now. It is not illegal. Nothing has actually changed. So I think it was yesterday, the day before, they're saying there's a £5,000 for fine for going on holiday when you're not allowed to, which is, nothing's changed. It was illegal anyway, just now there's a fine, that's it. The roadmap has not changed and is still on the 12th of April, the government will be setting out plans for international travel, which might be a traffic light system. So similar to what we had before with the travel corridors, different entry and exit requirements depending on the destination. However, Boris Johnson said yesterday that there will be some kind of announcement on the 5th of April. So maybe we'll get the announcement sooner. And one way or another, we'll know what the situation is going to be. It might be no international travel until the 1st of July. It might not be. It might be the 17th of May is the earliest date for resumption of non-essential travel. So if people want to book with me now for the 17th of May onwards, obviously I'm having a serious conversation with them, because the chances are potentially their holiday is going to need to be amended if they've booked to go somewhere that's not on a corridor. And I've got some information on another slide about what the possible destinations might be. So just things to think about, to remember, like, do you fully understand all the complexities of travel? It's really complicated now with all the different protocols and requirements and things that might change, and all the sort of unknowns. I spend a lot of time with my clients going through all the what ifs. Like I encourage them to ask me all of their questions. What if this? What if that? So that they're fully informed before doing any booking. You need to think about whether you are okay to quarantine on return to the UK if needed, because that might be a requirement. But this will not be in a hotel. So destinations that are on this red list that you might have heard of, where you would need to quarantine in a hotel on return, they are not going to be on the travel corridor list. They're not going to be places you can go to in the first place. So the chances of you having to quarantine in a hotel are pretty much zero. This hotel quarantine is more for people with business travel, people on essential travel. They need to come to the UK for an important reason, so they're prepared to do that quarantine in a hotel on arrival. Hardly anyone has had to do it because these places are just not on the travel corridor list in the first place. But it is something to consider. But lots of people can quarantine. Lots of people working from home now, and other people who can't for whatever reason. And what testing may be needed. The answer to that is it's unknown. However, I think that what will happen for the travel corridors is you will either need to have a double vaccination or a PCR test, a negative PCR test, to enter certain countries. And it's all well and good, all these countries saying that they're going to welcome us with open arms, but it will be down to the vaccine programs in various destinations as to whether our government thinks that there are places that we can go to. And do you have adequate travel insurance? Really, really important that you've got adequate travel insurance, because your holiday is financially protected and covered by me, by travel counsellors. So your money that you give to me is not at risk. It's only at risk if you don't have travel insurance, because if something happens to you before you go, it was always important to have travel insurance anyway. Vital, in fact, to have travel insurance before any kind of travel, including travel within the UK, more so than ever now. So you need to make sure you've got adequate travel insurance that covers as much COVID-related scenarios as possible. And I've got a supplier that I work with that offers that for my clients that want that. And lastly, just make sure you fully understand the terms and conditions of travel that you've booked. Your travel advisor will be able to go through all of that with you, so you fully understand it. Make sure anything you book abroad is covered by the package travel regulations, which it will be if you've booked it with a reputable company. And if it is, and the government advises against travel to a destination, your holiday will be cancelled, and you will have the option to move your holiday to a new date, which I will help with, or you'll have the option to get a full cash refund, and that's covered by the package travel regulations. So that's the main things to think about. Oh, sorry, one more. Do you have a trusted travel advisor that'll give you the peace of mind that you need, that everything's covered and will have you back? Because March last year, I was doing a lot of repatriations of people who were away abroad, panicking, and I got them all home and took as much of the stress away from them as possible. I just had all of the stress in me instead, but my customers wouldn't have known that. So these are places, potential places that we might want to go to this year. These are countries, destinations where they have said that UK travellers will be welcome. So it's a case of whether there's a corridor in both directions. So Portugal has said wants to welcome UK travellers. Cyprus, Greece and Spain, there are Mediterranean kind of key Mediterranean destinations. But the UAE as well, they've vaccinated now nearly 70, I think this, I wrote it down, 75% of their population have had their first dose of the vaccine. And in Israel, 50% of their whole population have been double vaccinated already. And the UAE and Israel have got a travel corridor ready to open up between those two destinations, because they're the places with the most amount of vaccinations. Also Indian Ocean and in general, and the Caribbean as well, they've got really low cases and we're ready to welcome us when we are allowed to go there. So they're your destinations. But don't forget, some people aren't wanting to go abroad. These travel corridors may not open. We may not be able to go abroad. We might not, who knows? I've been doing a lot of UK bookings. I've booked all of these types of travel in the last few weeks. Holiday cottages are super popular, and the UK and the destinations like Devon and Cornwall. Some people, if you want a hot cottage by the sea with a pub and a hot tub, pretty much hard to find now. But if you're flexible and you just want to go somewhere in the UK that's beautiful, countryside, inland, Northumberland, there's stuff available, and I've been helping my clients. I love doing it, actually. It's like scrolling through beautiful properties on Rightmove, if you like doing that. I find it quite therapeutic. Luxury hotel breaks, spa breaks, people wanting spa weekends away just to get away from it all, and we'll be able to do that quite soon. Well, the UK, I can't remember the date now for opening of UK. It's in April, isn't it, for self-catering? So that's something we'll be able to do sooner than going abroad anyway. Do adventure breaks, so walking holidays, cycling holidays, what else? Yoga retreats, all of that stuff. I've done road trips around Scotland, people doing the Northwest 500, going around the Scottish Islands on ferries, and rail trips. So we've got a great service, the Northern Bell, that goes from Manchester to Victoria. It's just beautiful. They're day trips, but they're not cheap, but they're luxury special treats for special occasions. And I've booked that for like mums and daughters and stuff like that, going away for a special treat because they've not seen each other for so long. And then the last thing to say is UK domestic cruises. So this is brand new. So some of them are on sale, went on sale last week. Some of them will be going on sale this week. And these are domestic scenic cruises. So if you love to cruise and you want your cruise fix, but it's just going to be from UK. So most of them, to be fair, go from Southampton, but there's 3 nights, 4 nights, 7 nights, with all the cruise operators that go from Southampton, where they go along and explore the coastline. So they don't actually stop anywhere. So you're getting the luxury cruise experience with all your food, your entertainment, all of that on board. But you're not actually getting off anywhere, but you're looking at our beautiful coastline. There are some lovely ones with Fred Olsen, which I am eyeing up, which go from Liverpool, and they've got some brand new ships, and they go from Liverpool and they're going up exploring the west coast of Scotland, which is stunning, right as far as Orkneys and the Faroe Islands. So I really want to do one of those myself. So we'll just have to wait and see whether that happens. I've got my eye on one. So that's something to think about for UK. The second to last slide. These are my travel events that I've been doing since May last year. I've been doing them monthly approximately. The last one I did was Discover South Africa, which was fabulous. I always have an expert talking, like an expert that I work with closely to design tailor-made trips at these events. And my next event is a quiz. did a quiz at Christmas and it went down really well and people loved it. And I still owe Frank his bottle of gin because he and Layla won that one.